Hello. First of all, I want to say if we are in a simulation, I can't say I terribly mind, despite all the wackiness and just overall craziness of life in the world. I think overall it's a pretty good thing we got going on here as human beings, you know? We've got space exploration and innovation and technology, and I mean, I can't wrap my head around technology, and I'm I guess a millennial. I understand it well enough, but just the concept, the thought that people invented something, so many things they have, the internet and coding, programming, languages, all these kinds of things, and it's crazy and amazing and remarkable and just wow. Awe-inspiring, that's the word I want to use here. So yeah, if we are in a simulation, I can't say it's the worst thing. I mean, I think about The Matrix, such a dated reference, really. Although Keanu Reeves will never be dated, but in that situation, I can understand wanting to get out of the simulation because it was pretty terrible, although it seemed like the reality was also pretty terrible. So I'm not sure where the better scenario or what would be the better environment or situation to end up in. I don't know which that would be. But in this reality, I figure, hey, I can accept it, things that I want to change, I'll make changes on, and over time, the world will continue to expand and grow, and people will continue to make and do marvelous and just unimaginable things. And I'm pretty okay with that. If we are in a simulation, then the way I figure it is, well, I guess the question I would ask is, what is the reality? Because this is what we believe to be reality, and I guess we would call reality life, right? So when you die, does that mean that you go back into the real world? That's kind of what I'm curious about. That goes into a whole other topic of debate, and that could go for hours. Books have been written about it, so it's not suitable for a video of this length. But I think it's an interesting idea, and I guess I would imagine that simulation, if this is a simulation, the reality, I mean, maybe we're all secretly cats, and the actual idea of cats having 9 lives is because, that and the idea that cats were once worshipped as deities. Maybe it's because cats are actually the ones in charge, and hey, if you're actually in charge, you might as well give yourself a bit of elevated status, right? In the simulation. I guess if I had to choose something that I really love about this, this world, this simulation as it might be, besides what I've already said, is just the fact, looking at watching the previous video, it's the fact that you can take a random trail marker in the middle of a path in a town or city, and one corner of the world, and just imagining how many people have seen it, have been there in person, and even if they haven't been in person, maybe they've seen a picture somewhere on the internet, on social media, and it's fascinating to me, the mark that people can leave, a small ripple in the water, if you will, and just it can spread out to, be well beyond imagination. It reminds me a bit of the butterfly effect, right? So you had, a butterfly flaps its wings in Japan, and then there's some sort of, I think usually it's a natural disaster or something in some other part of the world, but maybe we'll say a butterfly flaps its wings in Japan and a baby is born. I think a better analogy, a nicer one. It's just some small impact on the world in one tiny little area, and you have no idea how far it can spread. So if this is a simulation, I don't much mind. And if it's not, then I guess it doesn't matter anyway. But it is an interesting thing to think about. And hey, if anyone out there also had similar strange thoughts, or if you have your own take on it, on what you think this world is, if it's a simulation or not, let us know. And there you go. I'll see you later. Bye.